Hello, fellow island riders. Welcome back to Shipwreck Point, and welcome to James. He is here with this beautiful Moto Guzzi, and I am loving it, man. You got to hear this thing when it fires up. It's crazy. And he's got to heat it up like, what is it, 10 minutes or something like that? 5 minutes, yeah. But it's beautiful. It is a scrambler type model. It's got some meaty tires, but despite that, we are going to be doing a bit of an asphalt appreciation ride here today because I've been itching to get out and enjoy some of the beautiful blacktop on Prince Edward Island, and the route that we're going to be running here today is definitely good for that. Oh, hello, little pooch. Yes, I'm so happy. Okay. So, man, whenever you're ready, I think we can kick off.
Yeah, I should start it up first. I always say it's the 5-minute warning.
All right, I think we're clear on the bridge, man, if you want to take off. Away. You guys may know James from 506 Moto ADV. I post a lot of his videos up in the community page. If you've never been to the community page, it's a cool little place. I post some stuff every there, but I love his videos. And I love your videos, man. Like I've said it before when we were earlier here, they're just so fun. They're easily consumable enjoyment. So the first little blacktop feature, if you will, that I'll share with you here today, Island Riders, is Highway 16. Now this is a beautiful stretch of highway, and you hook onto it from St. Peter's Bay, and it'll take you up along the North Shore, up east, if you will. Actually, you know what? I'm not even sure if we call it up east. I don't know if it's called out east or if it's called east, but I can tell you, I suppose this is a good explanation for you, man. Like, Prince Edward Island is carved up into sections, right? So, like, we came from East Point, which I like to call out east, but if you were to go down to like Wood Islands and see like the ferry and stuff, that would be considered like down east. And then like Charlottetown is just like friggin' Charlottetown, and then there's Cavendish, which is just North Shore, Rustico, friggin' Cavendish stuff, and and then there's up west, which basically takes you up to O'Leary. And it's funny because they like make t-shirts out of this thing and everything. So today, this will be a good little introduction for you to the central North Shore area. All right. That was a fun little rip on the highway, but here we are. Here is the funner part. Funner, more fun. Funnest, maybe? Who knows? Highway 6, heading west. And you see the little Anne of Green Gables sign. Now this is my, like, I would say, as far as asphalt rides go, this is probably going to be number 2 across the board, because you get the twisties, it takes you to Cavendish and North Rustico, and it also, if you are someone who has a dual sport or an ADV bike, it ties in to a lot of places where you can pick up an ADV or like an ATV trail. So if you did have a pass out here, this would be one to go to. But it'll also run you up alongside the park if you don't want to go through the park. But I think we should probably take a stab at going through PEI Park this time, bud. So 2 of the most popular parks on Prince Edward Island are Prince Edward Island's national parks here in Brackley and Del Bay and up in Cavendish, and they both offer these really, really beautiful Gulf Shore style parkway drives that are just awesome. And Island Riders, you've seen me ride up here 1 million times. I mean, this is my spring ride. Like when I'm breaking the ice on the riding season, this is the ride that I go to. But man, if it isn't so pretty, it's worth taking you. But man, we should check out the Cavendish one for sure. I love that bike so much. It looks so fresh.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of which, I gotta get her. A lady this fine, you gotta romance first.
Do you find that you can push it in the dirt quite a bit?
Yeah, it's again, I don't, because that sump hangs so low, I wouldn't take it in anything rough.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because it's below the frame. Like, even if you put like a guard there, then you've got like next to no clearance. So it's a scrambler in aesthetics and vibe more than an actual scrambler. But I got no problems going down. If it's dirt roads, most of just like roads here, but not I wouldn't take it down a real trail.
It looks like a beautiful bike for PEI, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like your dirt roads, yesterday I was on a few, perfect for it.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, I know, right? This is such a beautiful little drive in here, but like I said, it's a little hard to find, like to get to the actual start of it. Because I think a lot of what people do is they come in from the actual Cavendish side. But I mean, there's nothing wrong, Island Riders, with coming to Cavendish. I think a lot of people, what they do is they build up Cavendish to be something way bigger than it is, and then they get here and be like, oh, is this it? But there is a little bit more to it. So like, Cavendish is just like, for me, like a pit stop. It's fun little stuff, but I think the best part about coming to Prince Edward Island on your own for like a trip is finding your own piece of Prince Edward Island that you can come back to every year. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, when I was a kid, it was Woodley replicas, like all these replica old castles. And it's a shame that place is fallen into disrepair. But numerous people have tried to rebuild it, but never quite taken. But now, like for me and Steph, like Mrs. Dowski, we have our own beach and we just have our own little place. So like, that's what it really makes this place special, is that you can kind of make it your own a little bit. So folks, we've deviated a little bit from the Highway 6 down. We're on to Highway 20 as we come moving through the French River area. And we're getting closer and closer to Malpeque Bay. And we've been up here before, a long time ago, when we went looking for Thunder Cove and Teacup Rock, which unfortunately no longer exists because Hurricane Fiona kind of took it away. But we still have what I think is probably the most beautiful spot on Prince Edward Island, and the place I recommend that you come to if you're new, or if you're coming to Prince Edward Island looking for an asphalt ride, or at least something that personifies, if you will, Prince Edward Island, and that's Cape Tryon and Cape Tryon Lighthouse. There's two ways to get to it. There's one it's a little bit easier for bikes that like to be in the dirt less, and there's one other way that's just incredible that runs you along the cliffs. But that is not for the faint of heart. That usually involves some mud. But we're coming up to it here fairly soon. I think we got another 9 or 10 minutes of riding on this nice little stretch though first. She gets a little gnarly right here. That's it right there, man. Man, I never get tired of that view coming down through here. For me, this little cart path, this little one-lane road is like, this is my PEI. This is what I think about it. Tall grass on either side. I'm riding like a horse cart or something like that. Cool, eh? It's just so much water. Well, there we are, man. Nice little asphalt ride out to the coast, up along some of the what I like to call the cooler blacktop runs in Prince Edward Island. What did you think?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah?
Listen, I've always said that it doesn't have to be a dirt road to be an adventure. If it's new, it's an adventure, and the bike is just a vessel to see things. And
Absolutely.
having an ADV bike helps because you can see more.
Yeah, man. I've been itching for some good blacktop runs, so thanks a lot for meeting up with me, man. So that's right, James's mission is only at the halfway point. James is doing the tip-to-tip run, and we started at East Point this morning, and he is headed now to North Cape, to the most western point of Prince Edward Island. He got his ribbon at East Point. He'll get his certificate for doing the whole run when he gets there. But until the next time we meet, Island Riders, be it on a beautiful coast like this or riding on the blacktop like we did today, I hope you find a really good part of Prince Edward Island that speaks to you. And if you do, let me know what it is in the comments. I always enjoy seeing that. Maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe it's something I gotta go find on my own little adventure. But anyway, until then, ride safe and take care.